Jai Hind students, welcome to the physics class. I hope all of you are fine at your home. Today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, that is acceleration due to gravity, and its expression was discussed in the previous lecture. So in previous lecture what we did, acceleration due to gravity. What does it mean? It means that what is the acceleration produced in a body when the body falls under gravity. Now this acceleration due to gravity is represented by small g, and it equals to gm by r square. This we have done. That small g is acceleration due to gravity, and capital G is universal gravitational constant. Gravitational constant. And m is mass of Earth or any planet or satellite that we are considering. R is the say radius of Earth. So let us do a few important points about acceleration due to gravity. Number one, its SI unit is meter per second square. Second is, it is vector, and if it is vector, what is its direction? Its direction, okay, it is always directed towards center of the earth. What does it mean? It means that if this is the earth and we are here, body is here, so what is the direction of acceleration due to gravity? It will be always directed towards the center of the earth. Number third point is, for earth, mass is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kilogram, and radius is 6.4 10 to the power 6 meter. Alright, so what is small g? Gm by r square. G is 6.67 10 to the power minus 11. What is m here? M is 6 into 10 to the power 24. And what is this? 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 square. Now, you can easily solve this, and you will find that this is 9.8 meter per second square. So, what can we say? We can say that acceleration due to gravity on Earth is 9.8 meter per second square. Yes, number fourth point. So this is 9.8 meter per second square. Fourth point is, at center of Earth. What does it mean? Let us say this is the Earth. Then at its center acceleration due to gravity is zero. Alright? Acceleration due to gravity is zero. Number fifth point is, if we go to, let's use simple language so that you can understand easily. Let us say this is the earth and this is the surface of the earth, and this is the center. This all is the surface of the earth. We lie on this earth surface, right? And if we go, let us say if I consider this point is at some depth d. This point is at some depth d, and here acceleration due to gravity will be less than what is its value on its surface. So what we can say, the acceleration due to gravity decreases with depth. Right? If you are in a mine, for example, if you are in a mine, mines are always below the surface of earth. So their acceleration due to gravity will be small. Sixth point is, let us say again, this is earth. Let us say if you are at some height, then again at this point acceleration due to gravity, again it will decrease, it will be less than that on the surface of earth. So you can say acceleration due to gravity decreases with height. What can I say? More is the height, lesser is acceleration due to gravity. And if I say that more is the depth, lesser is acceleration due to gravity, even at the center it becomes zero. Right? Let's move to the next point, seventh point. And point number 7. What is this point number 7? Acceleration due to gravity small g now Earth is not perfectly spherical in shape, it is elliptical in shape. Why elliptical? Because if you look at this radius, what this is, this line is equator. If you look here, this line is pole. If I say radius along pole is RP, and radius along equator is RE. Right? So let me draw little bit of more elliptical so that you can understand more with diagram. Let me redraw again, although it's correct, but let me make something which you can understand in different things. Let us say now this you can understand, because in earlier case the radius of pole, it was even less than that of equator, but it was not visible with the diagram. Now it will be clearly visible. Let us say this black line, it represents equatorial line, and this is poles. So this is north pole, and this is the say south pole, and what this is equator. This is radius along equator, and this is radius along the pole. Now you can clearly see that radius along equator is greater than the radius along pole. Alright? And we know G is Gm by R square. So what can we say? We can say G is inversely proportional to R square. So what can we say? Radius at equator is more, so acceleration due to gravity will be less. So I can say acceleration due to gravity along equator is less than that of acceleration due to gravity along the pole. If we move from equator to the pole, acceleration due to gravity will increase. If we move from equator to the pole like this, what will happen? Pole, acceleration due to gravity, it will increase. 8th point, if Earth stops rotating, what will happen? Acceleration due to gravity will decrease. Acceleration due to gravity, it will decrease. So these are the few points that you have to keep in your mind. And these are very simple points. Now let us move to some numericals. So let us do the numericals. Before numericals, I would like to tell you a few points that you have to keep in your mind. Now, important points for numericals. Listen, first point, when a body is thrown upwards, what I have told you, body is thrown upward like this. It is here. Let us say I have thrown this body upwards. So what will happen in this case? In this case, velocity will decrease, right? And when velocity decreases, acceleration is negative or positive? Negative. So it means its acceleration is negative, and we will take its acceleration as minus t. that is minus 9.8 meter per second square, or for the simplicity you can take it as minus 10 meter per second square, depending on whatever is given to you. So when a body is thrown upwards, velocity will decrease, its acceleration will be minus t. This is the first point in this, and second point is, at the point of maximum height, velocity is 0, but acceleration is not 0, it will be equal to the acceleration due to gravity. So these are the points that you have to keep in your mind. Next is, let us say, next point, when a body is dropped. Okay, let me do activity. This is the duster. Let me throw upwards. Listen, at this point its velocity becomes 0. So that's why when I catch, I don't have any problem. But when I touch it, but when I drop it, what happens? I feel some pain, because at this point its velocity became 0. So if you throw it in upward direction, then when it reaches maximum point, its velocity will become 0, and after that it will start moving down. But if a body is dropped, it means its initial velocity is 0, and from 0 its velocity increases. So when a body is dropped, first point is, its velocity will increase, so its acceleration is positive, and I will take the acceleration as plus g. And second point, I will take initial velocity 0, because when the body is dropped, its initial velocity is 0. So these are the points that you have to keep in your mind while doing the questions. So let us do the problems which are based on this. So these points are very, very important. Now what I am given, question is, let us say this is the ledge which is at some height from the ground. Let us say there is a car which is on the ledge. This car, it falls down. A car falls down from a ledge and it reaches the ground in 0.5 seconds. What I have to do? I have to calculate the velocity with which car reaches ground. And second point is, what is the height of ledge? Height of ledge above the ground. These 2 points I have to find it out. Since car, it falls down, so when the car, it falls down, What does it mean? It means its initial velocity is 0. Its initial velocity is 0 and t is 0.5 second. T is 0.5 second. Right? What is its acceleration? It is positive. Why? Because body is falling down. What acceleration should I take? 9.8 or 0.5 or 10? 10 is better because here 0.5, so multiplication will be easy. Now we have done 3 formulas in chapter 1, motion chapter. B is equal to u plus at, b square minus u square equal to as, s is equal to ut plus half of at square. So which formula and what I have to calculate? I have calculate v and s, because height is also type of vertical distance. So which formula we will use to find v? I will use this formula. V equals to u plus at. V equals to u plus at. V I have to calculate. U is 0, a is minus 10t. And how much is the t? T is 0.05. If I will calculate, why minus? Plus it should be there, na? This is 0 plus 5 meter per second. Second point is, this is first. Second formula, which formula you have to use? UTAS. It is given UTAS. They are given in the third formula. So use it. S is equal to UT plus half of at square. What is u? 0. What is t? Is 0.5. Again a is 10 and what is t? It is again 0.5 square. This is 0, 5 multiplied by 0.25 because 0.5 square is 0.25. So what is this? 1.25 meter. So that less, it was at a height of 1.25 meter from the ground. So let us do one more question. In the next question, what we are given, we are given that a body is thrown vertically upwards, right? A body is thrown vertically upwards with some velocity, and it reaches a height of 20 meter. It reached the height of 20 meter. Calculate initial velocity, right? Calculate the initial velocity and time to attain maximum height. Third, time to return. 3 points you have to find it out. So I think everything is given. So let us discuss how we can do this. Now solution is A. U is I have to calculate? No problem, we will calculate. I will take negative or positive. When a body is thrown upwards, there is decrease in its velocity, and when there is decrease in its velocity, what happens? Its acceleration is negative. So it is minus g, that is minus 10 meter per second square. And what I am given? Its height is 20 meters, so I am representing it by s. Now I told you at the point of maximum height, final velocity becomes 0. V also becomes 0. So which formula I will use? VUAS. VUAT. S is not given, so I will not use this formula. VUAS. So I will use this formula. V square minus U square equal to 2AS. B is 0, U I have to calculate 2, what is A? Minus 10, and what is S? S is 20. So minus U square, minus sign I can take it, 20 to the 40, 40 multiplied 10, minus 400, this minus sign get cancelled. So what is U? U is 20 meter per second. So the value of the U is 20 meter per second. Right? The value of the U here in this case is the 20 meter per second. Now, what about the time to attain maximum height? Now I am having U right now. V is 0, A is minus 10 meter per second square. Let T is the time. Which formula can I use? VUAT. First formula, V equals to U plus AT. What is V? 0. What is U? 20. And what is A? Minus 10. 10. So this 20 will be minus here, minus 10T. Minus minus plus, so I can say T is 2 seconds. Now in how much time will it return? Time to return. Listen students, when a body is projected upwards, what happens? If it takes T time, and when it goes down, it will take the T time. So what I want to say, time to return is equal to time of ascent plus time of descent. Ascent ऊपर जाना, descent नीचे आना. And what is the time of ascent? It is 2 seconds, and time of descent it will be 2 seconds. So answer is 4 seconds. So in this way you can solve the questions, right? So do this. In case of any problem, you can WhatsApp your doubts to me. Thank you and have a nice day.